Hello, and welcome to Film Slam Stream's post-film conversation for a foreign uncle. My name is Eric Siler, and I'm an instructor of film, media arts, and communications, as well as moderator for this conversation. We're very pleased to be joined by the director of Foreign Uncle, Sining Xiang. Sining Xiang is joining us from LA today. Hello, Xiang, and welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Hi, Eric.
It's good to have you as well too. And those of you who've been joining us for our mini conversations, sometimes I have free conversations with our director. And one thing I did not speak to you about was Mandarin. Are you fluent in Mandarin at all?
Yes, that's my.
Okay, well, great. So sometimes we have students that are watching that are studying Mandarin, and can you say a special hello to them in Mandarin?
Yeah, of course. 大家好，我叫向思宁，我现在是在洛杉矶。Yeah, I basically said hi. I'm Sining Xiang, and I'm at in LA right now.
Okay,
Yes.
great. Thank you for that. So let's get right into this. This was your thesis film, I understand, for UCLA. Can you tell us the inspiration behind this film besides fulfilling a school requirement?
Oh yeah, of course. So basically, 1 year prior, I made the film in 2018, the summer. I actually brought my boyfriend back to China, but at the time, I haven't come out to my family yet. So my family don't know our relationship. But then, Patrick did meet my family, especially he met Now. So I was just really moved by their connection, their instant friendship. So I was trying to make a film to capture Now and Patrick. I always want to cast them as themselves and then just make a movie to show their beautiful relationship. But then the next year, so during the year, I actually came out to my family, and it was quite a traumatic experience for me and for my parents, I think. And then so I kind of like may change the story to be still about Now and Patrick's relationship, but kind of like with this family drama going on in the background. Yeah, that's kind of like the genesis of the story of the film. Yeah.
So the family drama, was that something that you added to the film, or is that something that really did occur?
So it was, I would say it's still scripted, but it's heightened reality maybe, because I came out to my family while I was still in America. So it didn't quite literally unfold as the way it was in the film. But then I just want to capture that drama. But I would say the essence was similar, and even some of the things my parents said to me, or like I said to them, I kept in the film. Yes. So
Uh,
I would say it's inspired or based on true story. Yes.
okay. So, okay, that's very, very interesting. So, what was the response to your parents when, well, twofold, well, when you came out and also when you made a film about it?
Yeah. So when I first came out, my parents and I, it did not go quite as planned or as well. And then there were sometime my parents and I were not even talking to each other that much. And then it was actually through my cousin's family as a, as a intermediate person who actually talked to me and talked to my parents and brought us back together. So I think over time, over a few months, my parents and I start to talk to each other again. And then, but when I told them I still want to make the film, my parents, like many Chinese parents, they still want to support me, support my career. So they know this is very important for me. So although they may not like the content I'm making, but then they were still there to help me throughout the whole filmmaking process. So my parents actually did play small roles. They were towards the end of the film, there were two tourists on the beach. Those are my real life parents. Yeah.
Oh, great that you got them. Well, what a wonderful way to get them engaged, not only in your career, but also your personal life as well. Very good move, as they say, well played, as they would say. Well, what that said, can you give us a little bit of insight on the Chinese culture in terms of acceptance of relationships on different levels, same-sex relationships? Can you give us a little bit of insight on that?
Yes, I would say unfortunately it's not a good environment, especially because the government is censoring a lot of the queer content. Like basically people are uneducated because they're not allowed to see anything like this. Like all the content about queer or like gay, any sort of this content is completely banned. So I would say people like my parents, they never saw anything like this. So they're not educated on this topic. So that's why when I first came out, I think what shocked me was my parents, some of their thoughts are still quite, archaic. They still think, oh, this is a problem. You need to, it's a phase or like something like that. So I would say, and then of course the Chinese society is very heavily rely on traditional values and all that. So which make I would say it's not very open environment right now. And then it's kind of the whole culture is kind of homophobic, unfortunately. Yes.
Unfortunately. But with that said, how did you actually get this film made? Knowing the culture that you had to shoot in, I'm sure people are asking, what is the film about and so forth. Tell us a little bit about the experience of actually shooting this film.
Yeah, making the film, I always know I maybe okay, maybe it's not good for future students to do this, but it's kind of like guerrilla style because I knew I wouldn't be able to get a permit to film even for a short film. So the entire time we were just like, I had the camera and then we were just running around the city without a permit. So like there were literally one location we planned to, it's the for the square, we planned to film at another location, which is more touristy. And then we literally was shut down by security guard. So we have to do our plan B, which is to go to this other location. And then we were able to film there. And then for the rest of the film, I mostly filmed at my cousin's home. So that was not a big problem because I know they support me. So I would say it's because it's a short film and it's not a very large scale, I was able to film it kind of like under the radar. Yes.
Well, you weren't the first to do that, and you're not going to be the last. But I advise aspiring filmmakers out there, if all possible, please go through the proper channels and
Yes.
film
Yes.
it. With that. So, you shot the film, edited, and so forth. Tell us about the reception from your professors and your classmates at UCLA.
Yeah, I was surprised. I think even from very early on, I was in an editing class, even from when I screened my very first version, very first cut, it was kind of well received, and people were just charmed by the actors, especially now. And I think people really like that. And then I would say from the first cut towards the final version, it didn't really change that much in terms of story or the total structure. Maybe there's like small things here and there, but overall I think I would say it was well received. But of course at the beginning I it takes a lot to convince me that it's actually good enough to put it out there. So not until I actually screened at a few festivals and people actually liked it, and then I finally believed, oh, maybe this is charming, things like that. Yeah.
Uh, So give us an update on your relationship with Patrick.
Oh yeah, Patrick and I we're still together for 5.5 years now, and then we live together, and then he's my classmate from UCLA, so he's also a filmmaker, and then and my parents they know we live together now, and then I think truly through the making of the film, that's what surprised me is actually my whole family there, and then they see how hard it is to make a film, and then also through the making of it, somehow it brought my family together a lot closer. And then now they know we live together, and I think they accept it. Maybe there's still maybe my parents still think this is not the ideal situation, but then I think we're accepted. Yes.
Well, that's great. 5 years strong between you and Patrick. Congratulations on that. Oh, but in making this film, you had conversation with Patrick about it.
Mm.
Did he offer any concern or doubt at all, or was he very supportive? Tell us about his role in
Mhm.
you making this film.
Mhm. Yeah, so at first, of course, he was supportive. He agreed to be in the film because he also acted from time to time. So he's not a total stranger to acting. And then so when I told him the idea, he was very supportive. But so I intended to cast my mom to play herself at the beginning. But then my mom was kind of resistant because at the time I think it was quite the emotion was still quite raw. And then also like Patrick did tell me he would feel kind of uncomfortable if he really had to reenact some of these things with my real mom there. So in the end, I decided to cast this lady to play my mom. So I think like that was kind of like the only concern he told me. And then of course later he told me he felt sort of like ignored on set while we're filming it because he was the only foreigner there. And then I was mostly speaking Chinese to everybody, to the crew and to all my family members. They're not actors, so I need a lot of time to talk to each of them. So I basically spend most of the time with them, and then I think Patrick felt he was ignored a little bit, but also like I thought that that was very suitable for his character in the film, which is kind of like outsider observing. So I think it worked out in the end. Yeah.
Oh, good, good. Now, did you reciprocate the favor that Patrick extended to you and working on your film?
Yes, actually, that summer we shot both of our theses. So we shot Foreign Uncle first in China, and then we went to Louisiana, which is where Patrick is from, and we shot his thesis there. So I was his first assistant director and producer. So I we basically worked the entire summer together.
Did
Yeah.
his film have a similar explore same-sex relationships, or was it something different?
No, it's kind of like totally different. It kind of like explored the racial relationship in rural Louisiana. Yeah.
Okay, well, great. So, what are you doing now? I know you've graduated from UCLA. You have your MFA in film production. What are you doing now?
Yeah, so right now I'm working as a freelancer filmmaker in LA. So I do a lot of editing too. So sometimes I do assistant editing on bigger shows, and then I also edit um short films, and then I was working with my classmates on a feature film to edit. And also like for me personally, I am working towards making my first feature film. And then I recently just wrote a screenplay actually with Patrick. We collaborate on that. So we're just trying to, push it out there and then try to make it. Yeah.
Oh, great. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. So, Before I let you go in a couple moments, someone seeing this film, what do you want them to walk away with after seeing this film? What do you want people to talk about or feel or express after seeing this film?
Yeah, I guess I really want people to walk away, just remember that pure connection, and then just like, it doesn't make a difference of sometimes we're a little bit different, but if you like a person, you will like them no matter what. Just like, now I feel a lot of these things are like a social construct that we grew up and then somehow the society put into our mind. It's not necessarily natural, or like, like just remember all that basic human connection. And I think we can move together into a better society and better future. Yeah, I guess that's what I want people to feel at the end of the film. Yeah.
Well, great to see the world through on Now Now. Speaking of Now Now, how is he? He's probably like 10,
He's
11 years old.
10. Yes,
And
so he actually is being trained to he trains a lot with ping pong. So he is training to be a professional ping pong player as well as attending to school. So he's quite busy. And then yeah, and then he doesn't know any of these things going on, like festivals and this film doing somehow well in America, and then he's just busy with school and his ping pong training. Yeah, but he's still cute. I think he's about to enter that preteen phase, so hopefully he will endure it. Yeah.
well, great. He did a great job in the film. Um, well, congratulations on this film, and I wish you all the best with your career. Thank you so much for taking some time out to talk to us about this important piece of work.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
And thank you to our audience for joining us for this important and invigorating conversation. For more information about upcoming film festivals, please join us. Please visit us at clevelandfilm.org. I'm Eric Siler. Thank you.
Thank you.